Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a comparison on the Morphe X James Charles palette, which has 39 eyeshadows, and the new Wet n Wild the 40 palette, which is an online exclusive and has 40 eyeshadows. Now, I wanted to do the comparison because I saw that there was quite some drama online about how he was claiming that Wet n Wild was copying him, and I just came here to kind of shut down the rumors, not because I'm like here for the tea or any kind of drama channel or anything. It's just I felt like the color stories were a little bit different, so I just wanted to prove that with this video. But no hate to Wet n Wild or to James Charles. I think both palettes performed equally great, but you guys can see for yourself. So I'm going to start off with the Wet n Wild palette, and I'm using the red shade, which came off a little bit more burgundy. And I'm just going to be using a small little kind of pinched brush to place this on my eye, but also kind of diffuse it. And now I'm taking the red shade from the James Charles palette. I don't really know his shade names. I threw the thing away because it was just kind of flimsy. I didn't really like how it has that clear cover. I always end up just tossing them away. So yeah, I'm sorry I don't have all of the name shades, and I'm too lazy to look them up. So I'm using the red shade from his palette, and you guys can see that the red shade in his palette is obviously more vibrant. It's more of a true red, like a cherry red, I would say, and the Wet n Wild one is more of like a burgundy. It still is red. It will look red, but it's a little bit more dark. So far with the red, the pigmentation was really nice. Like I said, the undertones were a little bit different, but both palettes performed pretty well. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer with both of these palettes because I didn't want to use a specific eye primer for each one. I personally think if the palette has great pigment and great blendability, it will work, especially with this eye primer. I really love this eye primer. It is phenomenal. So I'm just going to be using the yellow shade from the James Charles palette, and I'm just going to kind of be working that. I didn't use an orange because the orange from the Wet n Wild one I believe is shimmery, and the orange from the James Charles was matte, so I couldn't really use an orange to transition the red to the yellow, so I just decided to use the yellow straight up. The yellow from the Wet n Wild palette is more pastel, not chalky, just more light and a little bit less vibrant. It's not that it's not pigmented or that it's chalky, it just has like a different undertone. It's more like pastel. The yellow from the James Charles palette is more vibrant, and I really like both of them. Just a heads up that they do have different undertones. Like I said, they're not exact dupes. And if you guys see my head moving a lot, I was talking to my boyfriend while I was filming this video. So yeah, I love talking to my boyfriend, and we have just like really deep conversations sometimes, and we talk about like the randomest shit. So sometimes I get really into it and I forget that I'm like moving my head so much, so I apologize for that. I'm going to be taking the ABH eye primer, and I'm going to be using a little concealer brush from I'm going to be using that to carve out a half cup crease. Overall, I really like how both of these palettes performed with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. I've been getting to work with it. I've been getting to love it more, and I just really think it's a great eye primer. It is $23, but they do vary in 3 different sizes. You can try a sample from Sephora, and that's 2 milligrams. You can try the 7 or 8 milligram one, and that's like the travel size, and then the full size is 15 milligrams, and it retails for $23. So yeah, I've been using that a lot. Just carving my crease out, adding more eye primer if I need it, and that's pretty much it. By the way guys, a quick little peek, I am doing a giveaway at the end of this video. I do just want to give you guys a heads up to read the description box, because I will put in all of the details as to how to enter the giveaway, and I haven't done a giveaway in a while, but I felt like I'm back, and I just really want to show my appreciation for all of you guys that have stuck with me and that continue to leave me comments and stuff. I know that I'm not like a super big YouTuber, but I really do appreciate you guys that watch my content and really like it. So whether you're a friend, family, whether you're a subscriber, I truly appreciate you watching my channel, and feel free to enter the giveaway. I will be closing it in 2 weeks, but like I said, I will be adding more details at the end of this video. And the palette that I'm giving away obviously is the 40 palette, so just make sure to tune in to that and read the description if you're confused about anything, because it does require you to follow some of my social medias. But if you don't have social media, I completely understand. Go ahead and just leave me a comment as to why you would want to win the palette. But like I said, read the description box down below. I will leave all the details in the description box as to how to enter the giveaway. So I added the white from both of the palettes, and now I'm just kind of blending in the red into the white. This is a very similar look to the Tectonic palette look that I uploaded a few videos back. I'm sorry about that. I realized it kind of too late, but they were the only similar shades from each palette. Some of the mattes in the James Charles palette were shimmers in the Wet n Wild one, so this was like the closest color combo I can get to them being exact. So I'm going to be taking the Mario Badescu Vitamin C Serum Oil. I forgot what it's called. But I basically put that all over my face, and I just kind of gently work it in. And then on top of that, I always use my IT Cosmetics moisturizing cream. That's been my favorite combo lately. I have really, really dry skin, the driest skin, so that's just been really good for my skin, and it feels really hydrated. So I love that combo. I would highly recommend it. The serum feels a little weird at first, a little tacky, but once I apply the cream, my skin just really, really loves it. So that's what I'm using. And then I applied the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I love the smell of it. Am I the only one that loves coconut? Like, I love anything coconut related. I love the smell. I love the taste. I just hate the texture of like this, you know, whenever they like put it in like ice cream. I just don't like the texture of coconut. If I can get an ice cream that's just like pure coconut without the little shreds, I would be so happy. I don't even know if that's what you call them, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the Dermablend Flawless Creator Drops, and I'm using a BH Cosmetics flat top brush to work it into my skin. Applying some, well, now blending it out on my forehead. Always apply it on your forehead. And some people forget the forehead. I personally can't, because it's just weird, and I need to blend my eyebrows into. Okay, so now I'm using the Milani concealer. I don't even know what shade I'm using, but I love this concealer. I've just been using it a lot recently. I think it's really creamy. It's easy to blend. And I'm just going to be applying it underneath of my eyes, and then on the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow, my chin, and my forehead. And I don't even know why I was applying so much concealer. You do not need that much concealer. That is way too much, but I was talking. I think I was distracted. Now sometimes I just be applying too much concealer. But now I'm using the Beauty Blender to blend it out. And I used like a little brush to make an angle on the edge, just so it's like super, super sharp. Or you can use tape, but it wasn't that messy, so I just decided to use a brush and some concealer. And I used the Gaia lashes, again from Shop Miss A. They are my favorite lashes. If you have not tried them, please do, because they are amazing. I love these lashes. They complement any single look that I do. I've been using them since my fall makeup tutorial, and I have not stopped using them since. They are my favorite eyelashes at the moment, hands down. Amazing quality. Please try them. They're like less than $2. So now I'm going to be using the Benefit brow pencil, and I'm just using that to fill in my brows. Honestly, you guys, for brow pencils, I'm not even that picky. Like, so long they have a nice undertone, and even sometimes, so long they have a good undertone, and they're not too warm, you can make any single brow pencil work. LA Girl, Benefit, Ulta brow pencil, the NYX Cosmetics brow pencil, the the Elf Cosmetics brow pencil. There are so many brow pencils on the market and they work well. You just have to find one that matches your eyebrows, but you can pretty much make anyone work. There's a ton of dupes for the ABH Brow Wiz, but I've been using the Benefit one and I really like that one. And now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation in Fawn, and I'm using that to contour my face. And by the way, I also set my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, favorite brow gel. I love that brow gel. And I actually ordered some clear soap because I want to try doing the soap brows, so maybe I'll do that in the next video. I love this foundation, by the way. My friend Mitchell gifted it to me, and thanks, because I've just been loving this for contouring. It's such a beautiful undertone. It's super easy to blend. I use a beauty blender for like the rest of my face, but for my nose I used a Luxie small little blending brush. Now we're done to the bottom lash line. We're going to be using the red from World of Burgundy red from the Wet n Wild 40 palette, and then I'm also going to be using the yellow. I'm using a pencil brush to apply the red. Why am I turning my head? I'm so sorry. Like I said, sometimes I just be filming and I forget I be filming. But yeah, you guys can clearly see when I get closer. The undertones are just a little different. And I didn't use a shade specifically from this palette for my inner corner either. I used the Mary Luminizer. By the way, I cut off the part where I did my blush, my highlighter, and my bronzer. I don't know if I went in with more bronzer, but I did use the Anastasia blush that I always use and the Mary Luminizer. And for my lips, I used the Morphe Brushes Sweet Tea lip liner and a lighter lip liner on top, and then I just swept away my bake. Again, I'm so sorry that I cut off the part where I was doing the rest of my face, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just stay tuned for my review. Okay, so like I was saying before my camera died, this is the Morphe X James Charles palette. So this comes with 39 eyeshadows, and 7 are big pans. So yeah, you guys get these huge pans in the middle. So that's like the only difference really. In the Wet n Wild one, they're just a lot smaller. They're all the exact same size. You don't get any bigger pans. I would say if you like the color scheme of this better, this is a lot more vibrant compared to the Wet n Wild palette, which I feel like is more muted and also has mattes that are shimmers in this palette or shimmers that are mattes in the other palette. So overall, I like both palettes. I think both perform really great. I use the ABH eye primer. Like I said, it's not that the James Charles one is more pigmented, it's just that the shades and the undertone are more vibrant on my side over here than they are on the Wet n Wild side. Again, the palettes aren't so similar that I could have created like a whole eye look, because some of the shades that were mattes in the James Charles are shimmer in the Wet n Wild one. So my final thoughts is, if you want to get the 40 palette, I think it's great. I'm going to try working with it a little bit more. But overall, I really do like the formula. I feel like I will be reaching for it. But if you already have the James Charles palette, you're not really missing out. If you already have it, you can get similar looks to the 40 palette. But overall, I think they're very similar. They're not exact dupes. I wouldn't say they're exact, but if you missed out on the James Charles or you just don't want to get the James Charles palette, the 40 palette is a great palette to get. The palettes look different to me. Okay, so with that being said, I grabbed a extra Wet n Wild the 40 palette, so I am going to be doing a giveaway with this. So the rules are for winning the 40 palette is you have to be subscribed to my channel, follow me on my Instagram, all my social media handles will be down below, and follow me on my Twitter. And once you're done doing all 3 of those, just make sure you leave me a comment down below that you're done, and I will be picking a winner in 2 weeks. Yeah, just because I don't want to end it too quickly. I want to be able to give you guys a chance to enter if you guys see this video a little bit later. So that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up if you guys like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and turn on your post notifications so you guys are always notified of when I decided to upload. And I'll see you guys later.